Let me make sure the mic is good. Before we go live, let me make sure the mic is good. Before we go live, let me make sure the mic is good. I know it's a late live stream. I just got back from work, man. I work 5 to 10. But, as you know, I don't care if it's Tuesday. I could care less if it's Tuesday. Let me see. Is the volume good? Let me see the volume good. Why does it sound? Hold up. Let me see. Let me take this off. Let me mute that. Hold up, man. Hold up. We changing this volume, man. This we do this. Undo. Yeah. Yeah, we fixing this. Give me a second, man. I don't know why it sound like that, bro. But yeah, we fixing this now, man. This is ridiculous, dude. Audio output. Take that out, man. We don't need that, bro. Okay. Monitor only, monitor off. Alright, let's try this now. Alright, man. Let's try this. Is this better? Can y'all hear me? Is it better? Is it better? Mic 1, mic 2. Mic 1, mic 2. Is that way better? Can you hear any muffling? Is there any background sound? Put a 1 if you can hear me. There we go. Alright. Alright, man. So yeah. Let me just start by saying this, man. There should be no reason why any hater on ESPN, on a video, should be talking about Jalen Hurts if you're not 3-0 undefeated. Okay? There should be no reason why anything in your video should be that Jalen Hurts, well, he wasn't impressive. We don't want to hear it. Because if this was Josh Allen who did this, y'all be licking your chops saying he's the greatest thing ever. If this was Lamar Jackson doing this, you'd be praising him like crazy. So I don't want to hear it. I don't care to hear it. Jalen Hurts single-handedly shown the whole world once again that Saquon didn't take me to the Super Bowl. I took myself to the Super Bowl. I put my team on my back. You need him to throw the ball? He can do that. The whole notion that he can't throw the ball, that narrative is bullcrap. Yeah, we're going to talk about Cam Newton, his hating ass. Cam Newton is a clown. Cam Newton is the biggest joke I've ever seen. How are you going to talk about a quarterback when you're not even better than him? Jalen don't care about no Cam Newton. Cam Newton is a liability clown that just has a platform. In 2025, everybody has to have a platform. Especially if you're a guy like Chase Daniels, a Cam Newton. The haters got to have a platform. Because no one watches this show. I see him on ESPN. I see the hate. He's a clown. We ain't going to talk about Cam Newton. Because we know who our quarterback is. We know who Himothy is. I had a Bills fan today. Again, the guy that says, what does he call himself? He calls himself All About Sports or Know About Sports, whatever his name is. And he told me he's a black Blake Bortles. If you compare my quarterback to black Blake Bortles, you just don't know football. You're an idiot in my opinion. That's just the stupidest shit you can say. The black Blake Bortles has never been to a Super Bowl. Blake Bortles is bona fide ass. What is you talking about? What is you talking about? Blake Bortles is garbage. Then you want to sit there and say Tyrod Taylor is Jalen Hurts. Tyrod Taylor is a backup, a journeyman. Is he even in this league anymore? You're coming out with bad takes, dude. And I think he does it because it's the same as Dan Sileo. I knew Dan Sileo wasn't impressed. It's not surprising. This guy makes off living off, pissing off Eagle fans. And we as Eagle fans got to understand something. We can't let these guys get to us. And speaking of me too, especially me too, I can't let these guys get to me. I know they're doing this because how do you go viral? How do you get views? By saying Jalen Hurts is trash. By criticizing Jalen. They got to use the word Eagles in their I don't like the Eagles. Kyron Williams over there on the interview talking about he don't like the Eagles. It don't matter. You still took an L. Go home. We don't like y'all. You think we give a damn what you don't like? You took an L. But let me get back to this Bills fan. This guy praised Josh Allen for barely beating Lamar. By the way, Lamar got smoked by the Lions. So it sounds like the Ravens are what I've said they were, frauds. They're Super Bowl contenders, right? No, they're not. I said this offseason. The Philadelphia Eagles were going 15-2 this year. I had us beating the Rams. I wish I went to that game, unfortunately. My buddy was working that day, so we couldn't make it happen. But that's all right. I got to see it on TV. And I saw my quarterback put his team on his back. Sat his offense coordinator down. And said, I got this. Just sit there and do nothing. Jalen Hurts is a winner. Is a winner. I don't care what y'all have to say, because it doesn't matter. You can talk all you want. He shows it time after time that when you need him to throw the ball, he can do that. 3 touchdowns. What did he have again? Let me read the stat real quick. Let me read the stat. Hit that like button. I appreciate y'all for coming in. What did he have here? How many yards did he have again? Because I believe this was Josh Allen. Let me make sure I get the facts straight. But I believe if Josh Allen did this, oh wait, Josh Allen, if Josh Allen or any quarterback, hell, Justin Herbert did this. I mean, they over there praising Justin Herbert, and they already talked about how he's going to the Super Bowl. Again, I think it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs, because I don't think anybody's going to beat Patrick Mahomes when it comes to playoff time. Until that happens, I'm picking nobody against the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts versus the Rams, 20 for 31, 266 total yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. That ain't elite? If that ain't elite, then Josh Allen versus the Ravens wasn't elite. If Jaden Daniels did this, the Commander fans would be bragging about how he's the greatest quarterback. If Josh Allen did this, the media is already praising him. I'm tired of the disrespect. We're not going to put up with it anymore. So if you're one of them Hurts haters, just go by your business, man. Because it's Victory Tuesday, it's Victory Wednesday, it's victory for us. We're 3-0. Where we saw what my quarterback did in the Super Bowl. I don't know about y'all. I don't think your quarterback has ever been to a Super Bowl yet. But my quarterback's been to 2. Jalen is building a Hall of Fame resume. When I watch him, he reminds me of a Brady. Calm, collective, maybe a Joe Montana type quarterback where he sits in a pocket and he just does his thing. These people told me that Jalen Hurts had a noodle arm. You remember when he first came into the Eagles offense, a lot of people said he wasn't going to be a franchise guy. They try to say he couldn't throw. They say he couldn't read the defense. He's shown everybody that shit wasn't true. They're finding no success. Because every time they open their mouth, it's just another botched lie that they're trying to put out. Now well, he wasn't impressive because he should have 3 good quarters. Y'all were just praising Josh Allen versus the Ravens when he barely beat him. Keep that same energy for Jalen when he did the same thing that your quarterback, supposedly the guy that you praise all the time. If this was Patrick Mahomes, you would get on your hands and knees and kiss his ass. I hate the biased casual fans that do that. Because it makes you look stupid. It does. What you don't like about Jalen? Because he's not flashy with the big arm? Because he doesn't throw the ball every single freaking time like a Justin Herbert? That's not his style. But when he needs to throw it, he throws the ball, doesn't he? You saw it yesterday. The Rams thought they were going to win. I saw Sean McVay smirk. I bet he ain't smirking now. I bet he's still not smirking. He comes in the press conference, oh, we're going to find a way to beat the Eagles. He ain't beating us, bro. Go sit down. Because you thought it was the snow that beat y'all. No, it wasn't. We're just a better football team than y'all. And if we play y'all again, we're just going to do the same thing we've been doing to y'all. I wouldn't mind playing the Rams in the playoffs so we could send y'all home just like we did last year. It would be enjoyable, but I don't think you're going to get there. They're another pest that just don't go away. Kyron Williams over there talking about, again, that he hates the Eagles. Well, you should have did something about it then, if you hate us that bad. Oh, that's right. Your hate took an L. You went home with your hating ass with an L. You're no longer undefeated. You should have did something. You should have won the game if you hate us that bad. You should have did something. You should have did something about it. Talk about it was your get back. Man, get out of here, bro. You got your brain smeared on a curve in an embarrassing fashion way. You didn't get blown out, but you got embarrassed again by the same quarterback, by the same offensive line, by the same the same Eagles team. Just a little bit better players. And the players are not here. We got way better younger players that took over. Sean McVay trying to be cute on 4th down, trying to go for it. Why would you go for it knowing what our defense was? That's why you lost the game. They want to cry. Ram fans want to cry about the refs. I ain't trying to hear that, man. When you got away with a touchdown on Devontae Adams, which clearly was an offensive PI call that wasn't called on him. So, it is what it is. They salty. They had all their memes ready for Jalen Hurts and the Eagle fans. I'm sure they did. Now they can't use them. Jalen Hurts is a Hall of Fame resume being built. And we're seeing it live with our own eyes. We're seeing a guy that's building a Hall of Fame resume. Because when we talk about Hall of Fames, what we talk about? Super Bowls. Jalen has one. He's been to 2. He's been in the playoffs. He's never missed the playoffs. Not one time in his career has he missed the playoffs. He's beating the elites that everybody's put above my quarterback. The Josh Allens, he's beating them. He's beating Lamar. He's beating Joe Burrow. He's beating Patty. He's beating Jaden. He's beating Dak. Tell me what quarterback other than Justin Herbert, who he will beat this year, that he hasn't beaten. I'll wait. He's beaten Baker already. He'll beat him this week again. We're beating Tampa Bay. If anybody got anything negative to say about Jalen, just save it. It's not your day today. You thought it was, but it's not. You were wrong. You said my quarterback couldn't throw the ball. How many times he got to show you he could throw that ball? What is it going to take for everybody to respect him? Because the idea, the game plan was to stop Saquon Barkley. Y'all thought that was going to be the game plan. I keep saying it, man. How do you want to lose? You want to lose it in the run? Or do you want to lose it because we could beat you so many different ways? We could block field goals. I told y'all Jordan Davis was going to have a breakout year. Everybody laughed at me. Where's these Eagle contractors that were telling me Jordan Davis was a bum? Where these Eagle contractors at? Because you're eating crow today. He's a bust. Come on, man. They laughed at me. They laughed at the Eagle fans of saying Jordan Davis. Who? Oh, yeah, the guy that blocked 2 field goals? Shot to Jordan Davis. Howie Roseman's going to pay him and Jalen Carter. I'm not worried about it. But this team is just simply the most hated in the NFL. And it's not because we're bad, we're a cheating franchise like the New England Patriots were. We didn't cheat. It's because we win. And when you're a clown show, and your team you root for is a clown show, I know you have to hate. Because you can't beat us. And your quarterback ain't better than mine. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what y'all have to say. That debate was over with when he won the Super Bowl MVP. And it should be over with when he just outplayed Matthew Stafford. Y'all told me Matthew Stafford was better than Jalen. How's that possible when Jalen outplayed him? I keep saying it, line your quarterback against my quarterback on the opposite side, and let's see who has a better game, because I bet it won't be yours. Jalen shows up in big games, man. When the lights are brightest, when they're bright as it can be, number one always shows up, Himothy. Jalen is Himothy. And y'all keep disrespecting him. And every time you disrespect him, he makes y'all look bad. I'm sure the narrative is, well, we don't play 4 quarters of football. Y'all told me the Rams were Super Bowl contenders in the beginning of the season. Y'all told me that the Rams would have won if we had no snow. Why didn't they win yesterday? I don't want to hear it. The Rams fans told me and told all the Eagle fans that if the snow wasn't a factor, they would have went to the Super Bowl. I don't do fantasy. I don't do what ifs. Because I showed you yesterday, you ain't the better team. You got to play us 4 quarters, not 3. So I don't care if the Rams played 3 good quarters. Guess who won the 4th quarter? Us. Because every quarter is 60 minutes. So what, you played 3 good quarters and you lost. You lost. Congrats. We doing victory L's now? We doing moral L's now? I don't do moral wins. Either you win or you lose. And the Rams lost. They're not undefeated anymore. Now they're 2-1, I believe. So let me get to these comments, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Sorry for the tangents. I appreciate it. But I had to get stuff off my chest a little bit. Here we are. What's up, Hayden? What's up, y'all? What's up, Skeleton? Newton is stuttering for negative things to say. Newton is a clown. I can't take a dude that didn't want to jump on the ball in the Super Bowl. I can't take him seriously. We ain't gonna talk about that bonehead. A dude that wears a scarf and has a bow tie with a coat on. He looks up weird. He don't even match. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Jalen came back from 19 points. Exactly. But if it was Josh Allen, they'd be praising him. Who the hell is that quarterback? Niners fan bitching at me saying that we got lucky. But we got lucky. A Niners fans talking is crazy. They got lucky for even being in the Super Bowl in 2023. Did you tell them that one? Tell them that if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have the number 1 seed. Niner fans are the last one to talk, man. They need to worry about how to fix their defense because Nick Bosa ain't there to help them anymore. The Niners are frauds, man. They're not even going to be good. They're not going to be that great. They got the easiest schedule, man. That's the only reason why they're undefeated, man. They're salty and crybabies. They're a bunch of whiny little bitches. I'm tired of them crying. They cry about the tush push, a 1-yard line. They cry about Jalen throwing the ball too much. They cry about Saquon on it. They cry about everything. They cry about everything. They have female traits in them. And the females that are in the chat, I'm not talking about you, but there's some males who just have female traits. Because what is a female trait? Bitching and complaining all the time. Arguing all the time. And that's what these guys do. This one guy on ESPN, what's this guy's name? He over there talking about, oh, Jalen didn't impress me. Well, he didn't need to impress you. And if that don't impress you, then nothing will. This guy said that Jalen Hurts the only one because of Saquon Barkley. How the hell did he win with Saquon Barkley when Saquon was not a factor? Did you watch the game? That's how I know some people just talk out their ass. Were you watching the same game as we were? Because if you... What's that guy's name, man? I have to find the clip. Hold up. Let me find the clip, man. The guy was a bozo, bro. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Listen to this clown, man.
The teams are starting to figure out Saquon Barkley is the heartbeat of this team.
Can y'all hear it?
I'm here to tell you, if you shut down Saquon Barkley, you have a chance. Now, with that being said, you know what I saw a lot of from Saquon Barkley today, considering he had 18 carries for 46 yards?
If you shut down Saquon Barkley and make Jalen Hurts throw the ball,
You know what I saw?
the Rams thought the same thing. Did you not watch the game? They shut down Barkley. They had him boxed. He was a non-factor. 18 carries is not what usually Saquon has. Saquon had 2 rushing touchdowns last year versus the Rams. He had none this game. I mean, that game on Sunday. They made Jalen throw the ball, and he beat him with his arm. What is you talking about, clown? Go have a seat. With that dumbass fucking statement. Low IQ fucking individuals on TV talking crazy. Have no facts. Casual fans, man. Just be saying anything. They took Barkley out and made Jalen throw the ball. And he won with his arm. And beat our Rams team with Matthew Stafford. Shut up. These guys don't watch the games. Because if they did, they would know that Barkley was a non-factor yesterday. For what he usually is. Now, he was making some things happen. But he wasn't going crazy. It was Jalen's arm that was winning the game for us, man. We don't win the game without Jalen throwing that ball to AJ and to Devontae and to Goddard. You don't win it without Jalen Hurts, man. I'm sorry. These guys are casuals, man. And they sound stupid when they open their mouth and say ridiculous ass takes. You coming on ESPN saying that shit. Did you not watch the game? That's how you know they don't watch the games, man. I see people go far as say that we are the new Chiefs. Okay. Okay. These guys can say whatever they want. Say whatever they want. All I know is my quarterback is undefeated still. My team's undefeated still. I'm 3-0. What's your record? If you're not 3-0, just shove it. Just sit down and be quiet. Shut your pie hole. And stop talking. Because we don't want to hear you. If you're not 3-0, which means if you're not a Lions fan, not a Bills fan, excuse me. If you're not a Colts fan and you're not an Eagles fan, shut up. Because that's only 3 teams that are undefeated so far. Shut up. You're not undefeated. You took an L. Shut up. If you're not a Bills fan or a Colts fan or an Eagles fan, shut up. Shut. Apologize to the ladies in the building and the people who are watching. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear you. I don't care what these guys got to say. We're the new Chiefs. Okay. I like being a dynasty. If that's what you think, if that makes you feel better, go. I guess you're going to be seeing this in the Super Bowl more often. Get used to it then. Because if we're the new Chiefs, the Chiefs have been in contenders every single year, pretty much. I guess that you're going to be seeing Jalen hold on Lombardi every game. I mean, every Super Bowl. My fault. Got 5 viewers watching. Appreciate y'all. I don't care what these haters have to say. We're undefeated. What's your record? Had a Packers fan tweet at me yesterday. IG me yesterday. Didn't you lose to the Browns? Did you not lose to the worthless Browns? Why is you DMing me? You lost to the Browns. Joe Flacco. Jordan Love was horrendous. That man is trash. The Packers will not win the Super Bowl with Jordan Love, man. Because when you pressure him, so what happened. All I'm focused on right now is Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. We got to get that monkey off our back. We beaten them before with AJ. Good thing we're going to have AJ Brown in this game. But when we didn't have AJ Brown, man, Todd Bowles has owned us. We got to beat them, man. The Packers got a kick block too. They're pathetic. They cry about the tush push. They cry all the time. They're the crybabies, man. He hasn't played CJ, but we'll beat them next year. He hasn't played CJ. CJ Stroud? Okay, he hasn't played CJ. Okay. Alright. If that's he'll beat CJ Stroud too. CJ Stroud's not looking impressive. I'm sorry, what's the record again? Are they undefeated? No. Like, honestly, man, like, Jalen Hurts is the best NFL quarterback. And there's no debate. There's no debate. There's no debate. It's over with. It's been over with. My quarterback's a Super Bowl MVP, a 2-time Pro Bowler, an All-Pro. First All-Pro. All he needs is an MVP in his resume, and he got everything. He's winning. And he finds ways to win. It might not look pretty. I don't care. You got dummies on IG making videos about we're boring. Then don't watch us. Turn off your TV then. We don't care if you watch us or not. Why do you care if we're boring or not? But yet you turn on the TV every day to watch us. But if we're so boring, go watch the Bills. Go watch the Jets. Go watch the Browns. Go watch any other team but us. We don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck if we're boring or not? I don't care as long as we win. We're boring. Then don't watch us if it bores you. Because I think we're entertaining when I'm watching my team. That's a you problem. That's a personal problem. That's something you got to look in the mirror and figure out why you think that. Because no one else has an issue but y'all. I'm talking about the people who have an issue with the Eagles. Well, they don't throw the ball too much. Go ahead. Go watch the Chargers then. They'll throw the ball. We don't give a fuck about your fantasy. I could care less how many yards A.J. Brown has. Did he win the game? Yes. If he won the game, then I that's all that matters. I don't care about your fantasy. I don't care. Where your parlay was, I don't give a shit. I don't care. All I care about is dubs and L's. And all I see is 3 dubs so far on my schedule. When everybody picked the Rams to beat us, remember, that was their get back. They had us, I ain't gonna lie. But it didn't last. I'm seeing a bunch of excuses. What did my guy Bernie Mac say? He's supposed to be eating crow, not feed me bull. Why are you feeding me bull? Why is the media feeding me bull? I don't want to hear. I want you to eat crow, not feed me bull. You're supposed to be eating crow. You told me the Rams were Super Bowl contenders. Matthew Stafford was a Super Bowl quarterback, right? They praised the Rams before the beginning of the season. Everybody said they were Super Bowl contenders. They didn't look like Super Bowl contenders to me. Because you know who they lost to? The team that was just in the Super Bowl that won. They played the real Super Bowl contenders, and they lost. In embarrassing, most fashion way possible as a Rams fan. I'm sorry, as a Rams team. Sean McVay, I'm sorry, is the most overrated coach. I don't care about his playoff wins. I don't care about his Super Bowl. He's overrated. Because under Nick, he's 0-4 against him. He's not beaten Nick yet. Nick has owned him. Every time we've beaten the Rams in L.A., in Philadelphia, in a blizzard, it don't matter. It can be in the snowstorm. It could be in a tornado. We will always beat y'all. They celebrated too, so I saw the social media post on the Rams page. Keep the same energy. Now look at y'all. You look pathetic today. All that social media talk. The Rams social media was posting and laughing. It wasn't even the game over yet. You couldn't wait till the game was over? That's why they don't win. They only had one Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. Because they losers. Bunch of crybabies. Sissies. Weenies. Bunch of pathetic losers. Disgraceful. Pitiful. Y'all thought you were the real deal. Yeah, you had us 3 quarters, but it's 4 quarters in a football game. Not 3 quarters, not 2 quarters, and not 1 quarter. 4. 60 minutes in every quarter. You have to play us. And when the quarter mattered the most, you lost in that quarter. You have this goofy dude, Dan Sileo, coming out and say the Rams. Well, I don't care. I'm not impressed. The Rams played 3 quarters. What was the score again? What was the score again? Did the Rams win? Because I don't think they did. What happened in the 4th quarter, though? They played 3 good quarters. How was that possible when Jalen came back in the 3rd quarter? You mean the 2 quarters they played? Because the 3rd quarter, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's when Jalen turned it up. So what 3 quarters are you talking about? I saw Matthew Stafford overthrow a receiver. I saw him underthrow a receiver. I saw him throw some bad balls. Maybe he threw some better balls, he would have won. Maybe if he don't throw an interception to Zach Bond, he would have won. You're not impressed. We don't care if you're impressed, bro. We don't want him. We're not. I mean, I don't understand this, man. Dan Sileo is a clown. His takes are horrible. He says one thing and changes it up, but yet these Eagle fans keep watching him. Why? Why do you feed into him? Y'all think he's entertaining? Y'all give Jacob Media so much support for what? When they trashed your quarterback? This was the same guy that swore it down Jordan Davis was a bust. This man still standing there saying that Jalen Hurts isn't a good quarterback. Dude, he just beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Give it up already. This fat slob goes out there, makes horrible takes every year, every single day. It's another bad take from this slob. The fat slob. He brings nothing to the table at all. And he won't bring me like that on the channel because I'll embarrass him. So he brings certain content creators to debate him, and they're not debating him. They're kissing his ass. That's why he won't bring LB back on. That's why he won't bring Philly Mike because they will embarrass him. So he'll bring guys like, and I rock with 500, but I don't like the fact that, you know, him and Dan Sileo, Mark Holmes, they're buddy. But why? And he can do whatever he wants. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. But they don't press him, because I will press him. These guys don't want to debate with me. You saw what I did to Boss Cowboy. By the way, Boss, is Mozzie Smith better than Jordan Davis? How did that work out? He told me his receivers were better than my receivers. Why didn't your receiver catch the ball yesterday, boss? George Pickens off his fingertip. He's a bum. A crash out bum. He crashing out on the sidelines. Why don't you slam your hands on the ground? You trash. They told me that George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb was better than AJ and Devontae. Boss told me that Dak Prescott could win with this offense around him. That's why he threw 2 interceptions. He's ass. He's atrocious. I don't want to hear ever again that Dak Prescott's elite. Shut up. Dak is trash. Trash juice. Jerry, you saw Jerry's reaction. Jerry said, damn, I should have paid Michael over him. $60 million trash bag. That's what he is. Horrendous. Boss Cowboy. Didn't you tell me Mozzie Smith was better than Jordan Davis? Mozzie Smith can't even get on the field now. Now Cowboy fans are crying about how they don't have weapons. Nah, man. Because the debate this year was that Dak Prescott owns the Eagles. That he owns the division. That he's back. The guy that's going to win the Super Bowl. Cowboy fans tore up down that George Pickens was the missing piece. I could have told you George Pickens. What do you think Mike Tomlin got rid of him for? You think Mike Tomlin going to get rid of guys for no reason? Mike Tomlin gets rid of guys that don't do good. And you would have suckered to buy one from Mike Tomlin. The crash out. Why do you got a shiesty mask in the middle of the heat, man? This guy can't catch a football. When the game was on the line, George Pickens over there crashing on the sidelines. Why did he crash out when he dropped that ball in his hands? Off his fingertips. The Philadelphia Eagles will run away with this division easily. It's no competitive at all. The Commanders, garbage. They're not catching up to us. The Commanders started was their year. I saw Commander fans talk crazy. Comparing their quarterback to mine. How dare you? But you see what your backup did, right? Your backup won the game for you. So can we say that Jaden Daniels really not the quarterback that everybody thinks he is? That maybe it's just a system around Jaden? Oh, no, we can't do that. I ain't going to do that to him. Because I'll be just like the Commander fans. But you remember they were saying that Jalen Hurts wasn't the system. Any quarterback could play in the Eagles system, right? Sounds like to me anybody could play in the Commander system too. Because Marcus Mariota was able to win 2 games, a game for y'all. Despite Jaden Daniels not being there. Where's Debo at? Where's he at today? Oh, where's that guy that y'all traded for? Where is he? Oh, no. All right. This Eagles is going to run with division. It's not going to be close. I heard a lot of talking. I heard a lot of chit-chat. But I don't see a lot of wins on the schedule. They're not undefeated like us. We're 3-0. What's your record again? The Philadelphia Eagles got the best quarterback in the NFL, man. I don't care about the NFC's. Well, he's the best quarterback. No, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I've been saying he's the best quarterback in the NFL. And I'm going to continue to say Jalen Hurts is the best NFL quarterback right now. He is the best NFL quarterback in the NFL. He's better than Mahomes. He's better than Josh. He's better than Lamar. He's better than Burrow. He's better than Stroud. He's better than Stafford. He's better than Goff. He's better than whoever you want. Jaden Daniels, he's better than him. He's better than Mayfield. He's better than Patrick. I already said Patrick. He's better than Herbert. He's better than any quarterback you want to list above my quarterback. Because your quarterback can't win when it counts the most. I don't care about Justin Herbert's regular season. Show me what he does in the playoffs first. I'll be impressed when Josh Allen beats Mahomes in the AFC Championship game and goes to the Super Bowl. I'll be impressed when Lamar wins and goes to the Super Bowl. The only quarterback in the AFC that's done it is Joe Burrow and Mahomes. No one else has got there. But I'm supposed to sit back and... No, I'm not doing that anymore. Jalen is the best, and I'm going to stand on it. I've been standing on it. If you want to build around a guy, everybody can say if you want to build around a roster, I'm taking Jalen all day. Oh, you want to take Jalen Hurts if you're building a roster? Yes, I will. Any day I will. Give me Jalen all day. Because look at his record of winning. And look at your quarterback that you put above my quarterback. Are they winning like him? Are they? Because it doesn't seem like they are. I'm tired of the disrespect. We're not going to do that anymore. So if you come on here and you talk crazy about Jalen, then you either salty because my quarterback put you out the playoffs and your team got eliminated and went straight home on the couch watching Jalen hold Lombardi Trophy, or you're just a brainless peasant that has no value, that my quarterback already beaten your quarterback. Or you're another casual because he's beating every quarterback but Herbert and Stroud. He's beating Josh. He's beating Lamar. What are you talking about? Where do you want to go with? Who do you want to put above my quarterback? Because he's already beating him. If you want to start a franchise, you start with Jalen. Fuck out of here with Justin Herbert. Show me what he does when he wins a playoff game. I don't care about his record. He's always had great regular season games. He had one last year. What happened? Did you see Josh Allen's impressive win? I'd be more impressed when he wins an AFC Championship game. Because they do this every year. Into the playoffs. Where they at? Not in the Super Bowl. So, it is what it is. Mozzie is a healthy scratch. Mozzie's a bum. Losers, haters, winners. Yep. Losers hate winners. Yeah. Hey, EC1, what's up, Asia? How you doing? Shout out to Asia in the chat. Shout out to y'all in the chat. I appreciate y'all. I'm the ladies in the chat appreciate y'all coming on. Sorry, my language, but I had to show that I'm 10 toes down with my quarterback. I think you already know that. I got the Hurt season hat because there's a lot of crying. A lot of crying. A lot of boo-hooing, but not a lot of W's. I'm not saying I'm the most knowledgeable Eagle fan. But when you telling me that my quarterback is Black Blake Bortles and you're on IG telling me that, I'm not going to respond to you. I don't respond to idiotic statements like that. When you were just praising your quarterback who barely beat Lamar. I don't respond to casuals, man. Because Saquon wasn't a factor yesterday and Jalen still won the game. They told me my quarterback couldn't throw the ball. Now they're saying, well, he's not required to throw the ball. They don't trust him. No, it's not they don't trust him. It's why does he need to do that every game? He don't need to. That is not his game. Go back and watch him in college. That was never his game. That's when you see the dummies and you see their knowledge of football because if they watch Jalen in college, even in the NFL, that's always been his game. Is to take what the defense gives him and find ways to win. Whether it's running the football, whether it's throwing the ball, whether it's giving to Saquon. He finds ways to win. And I know every game, no matter what situation it is, Jalen's our quarterback. We have a hell of a chance of winning the game. I said this yesterday. My buddy called me up on the phone. This was before the game was over. And I told him straight up, Jalen's about to win us this game. He said, we'll see. I said, you don't know who... Hey, bro, Jalen's about to win us this game. This was before the Devontae Smith comeback touchdown. Because I knew who Jalen was. I said the second they gave him back the ball, bye-bye. You lost. You lost. You lost when you gave our quarterback back the ball with some time on the remaining. Don't you know what he's done to quarterbacks with remaining time on the clock? Don't you know that that's Timothy on the other side? Second, the Rams gave Jalen back the ball, and Matthew Stafford couldn't punch it in, and they didn't drain the clock as much as possible, because the Rams, they should have drained the clock. You gave us a perfect opportunity to come back. You lost the game because you were playing not aggressive football. You were playing caution. You're playing conservative. And you know what happened? Jalen said, bet. Watch this. You want to play caution? You want to play conservative against me? Knowing that history that I've done to quarterbacks? It's like that meme that you see where the Grim Reaper's knocking on every door and there's blood coming out that door. Matthew Stafford was a victim of a homicide. Got caught lacking, got caught with his pants down, and Jalen took advantage of that opportunity. Where you going, Matthew Stafford? You thought you were winning? You thought you were coming to Philly? Nah, man. Told his L. Patrick Mahomes thought he was going to get his revenge. This is a revenge tour for y'all? No, it's a revenge tour for Jalen. There ain't no revenge tour. Ain't no revenge tour. Not this season. You thought you caught us slipping. But you forgot there was 4 quarters in the game. Every 60 minutes is every quarter you got to play for. It's not just 3 quarters. It's 4 quarters. And Jalen, for those 2 quarters, played MVP playoff football. Super Bowl MVP playoff football. So I'm happy with his performance, man. You got Elliot Shore-Parks giving Jalen a C. Come on, man. If you think that was a C effort, you're just not surprised from the 4 eye. I mean, dude, he's a nerd. I mean, that's what nerds do. They stack up stats. A guy that's never played football in his lifetime, never hold a jockstrap, talking about Jalen's a C. So I don't listen to guys on WIP, man. Honestly, the Rams were playing not to lose, and they lost. They should have played to win. Instead of going for it and trying to be too cute, like when McVay went for it that one time, right, and ran the ball, I knew that game was over with. He should have kicked the field goal. Sometimes you got to kick the field goal. And McVay tries to play too cute with the play call. You know, the boy genius. But when he tried to run that ball in, I sat back and laughed. My words was, what the fuck is you doing? Thank you. Watch Jalen just come back and beat y'all now. I knew the game was over then. You played your hand and you lost. You had a stack of cards and now you got none. If this was checkers, you lost all your pieces from getting jumped. Every single one of them. You got trapped, man. And the Rams were like checkers. King me. King me. King me. Why all your pieces are falling off the board like that. That. King me. Where you going? Don't go that way. Okay, move that way. Off the board. You ever play checkers with someone? And you're literally just jumping their pieces and they're looking at you like, and you're trying to move they're trying to move the piece and you're like, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. And they're trying to move the piece. And every time they're trying to move their piece to this way, you're like, don't do that. If you do that, you're going to get jumped. Don't do that. Just give up. That's the Rams yesterday. Because you were trapped. There's nowhere to go. Give yourself up. Like when I was playing with my mom with checkers, my mom said this one thing to me, and I always will use this. It's like a battlefield. You got the army, the police, and the FBI. Or no, I'm sorry, it's the army, the Navy, and I believe the Marines. And every single one of them has a job to do. And if you play conservative, or you try to be conservative, because I was always worried about, and I'm not trying to make it about checkers, but I'm just saying that's what McVay was doing. He was playing conservative. He was moving his pieces in harm's way. And we're taking them off the board like that. Off you go. Thank you. Kimmy. Double jump. And they're sitting back looking like, what's happening? Because that's what it was. It was us playing checkers, and this time we were playing to win. And they were playing conservative. They were playing to try to save their pieces. And they played into a trap. We trapped them. We trapped them. We boxed them. You're done. That's how I look at it, man. Honestly, the Rams were playing not to lose, and they lost. Because they should have played aggressive. If you're playing the Eagles team, you play 4 quarters of freaking elite football. You don't get Jalen back the ball. You try to keep that offense off the field as possible. You don't give you drain the clock as much as possible. The Rams should have drained the clock. They should have forced the Eagles to use every single timeout. They should have ran the ball. Even if they got 2 yards, they would have drained the clock. But what were they focused on? Scoring. When they scored that last touchdown, they gave the Eagles, I think it was Kyron Williams. When Kyron Williams ran that touchdown in, they gave the Eagles plenty of time. If they just drained that clock, there'd been no reason, there'd been no way the Eagles would have came back. It would have never went down to the wire of the field goal. They played conservative. And McVay's been there for years. And he's still playing the way he's been playing. Why would you play conservative with the Eagles? Why wouldn't you drain the clock out? When they scored that last touchdown, I said, game over. You just gave us a chance to come back. Go ahead, score the touchdown. We got you. Now look at y'all. Jim was like, all right. 3 touchdowns in a row. Now let's see what Matthew stopped. Oh, that's right. You had to kick a field goal and they got blocked. The run was working well. Why did they go against something that was working? And that's what I say. It's why I love Nick. You know, Nick doesn't get credit. But I saw Nick, first of all, I love what Nick said in the press conference. That was my fault. It's my ownership. I got to clean that up. But I like how Nick makes adjustments. If you were there in the Andy Reid era, Andy Reid never made adjustments. Especially with the Eagles as a head coach. That was one of his flaws. Time management was not his thing. You got a coach that makes adjustments. They call themselves boy geniuses. You can have the boy genius all you want as a head coach. They call Kyle Shanahan the genius. But you know why they lose every single time to better teams? Because they don't make adjustments, and our coaches do. McVay never made adjustments. And our team made adjustments. They came in the second half. And they made no adjustments. They honestly did not take us seriously. I think the Rams' game plan was, we don't even take them seriously. We thought that we were the better team last year, and we're just going to beat them. And when they were up, they put their foot off the gas pedal. But they forgot who the other quarterback was on the sideline, on the other side of the bench. Jalen Hurts said, give me more time. I'm going to make you pay for it. I'm going to make you pay. And he made Matthew Stafford and the Rams pay. I saw Sean McVay smile, bro. It wasn't even the game over. Can you smile after the game is over? They were talking all that crazy stuff. And it cost them. Jared Verse doing the Eagles mocking the Eagles celebration by pretending to fly. Now fly your ass back to LA with L. And we stole your chain. Jalen Carter made a bet with him and he lost. He lost his chain and he lost his mind. Now he's at home with an L. So he lost his chain and he took an L at the same time. Pathetic. The run was working well. Why? Because Sean McVay doesn't make adjustments. Jalen started with nothing in 2021 and still took. Jalen's a winner, man. Yeah, he started with nothing. He took Rager and Greg Ward, and that's why I keep saying when people tell me Jalen has everything around him, well, what was everything around him in 2021? If you gave Jalen Hurts the 2020 roster that Patrick Mahomes had that year, I think Jalen would have went to the Super Bowl. How if you give him the roster that Jane Daniels had last year, I think he goes to the Super Bowl. I do. Because if you remember right, in the late of the season, he started reading defenses better. And he started becoming a better quarterback as the season goes along. And he used his legs, and he was hard to stop. Jalen Hurts is the definition of fuck around to find out. That meme that everybody's posting, that was the Rams yesterday finding out. You're going to fuck around, you're going to find out the hard way. Jalen Hurts is the definition of fuck around and find out. Okay, you don't think I could throw the ball? Give me time on the board and let's see what I do. 3 touchdowns. Now hold the L. Find around and fuck around and find out. That's Jalen Hurts. Find out if you want to. Fuck around and find out. Someone needs to crop Jalen Hurts' face while he is on the board, the old man, and just have Jalen Hurts' face as he's ready to fuck around and find out. Because the Rams found out the hard way. Fuck around and find out. Be my guest if you want to not milk the clock. You want to rack up the scoreboard. How did that work out for y'all? Fuck around and find out. Simple as that. They fucked around and found out the hard way. An L was on their board. Under the schedule. An L was under the column. They're no longer undefeated. Jalen Hurts' definition of the meme. Fuck around to find out. You don't think he can throw the ball? Okay. Keep thinking that. I hope every defense does the same thing the Rams do. Go ahead. Fuck around and find out. All the casualties think he can't throw the ball? Did it look like he couldn't throw the ball yesterday? How did that work out for y'all? I bet you were smiling in the beginning, huh? But were you smiling after the game? No, you weren't. I bet you had memes ready too, right? Yeah, I know. You had memes. You had a video ready on your little IG little post. You were gonna make fun of Jalen Hurts. You were gonna say he was trash. And now you can't say that. Yeah, you were about to praise Matthew Stafford, right? You were gonna praise Josh Allen, huh? You were gonna say that you can never compare Jalen Hurts to Josh Allen ever again. That Jalen Hurts is not what y'all think he is. And you couldn't use those videos, could you? You couldn't use those memes, could you? You couldn't use those IG, clown emojis and clown freaking, images or memes. You couldn't use them, right? Because they all went out the window the second the Rams lost that game, did it? And when Jalen came back, he saw him throw 3 touchdowns. Tres in Spanish. 3 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. All that shit went out the window, didn't it? I know it hurts y'all haters, man. Because y'all felt good, didn't y'all, in the beginning? And now y'all don't feel good, does it? It doesn't feel good, does it? The definition of fuck around and find out. Keep thinking Jalen can't throw the ball. I want y'all to think that. Keep thinking that. Fuck around and find out. Y'all think he can't throw the ball still when he's shown many times he can? Fuck around and find out. Tell me how that worked out for y'all. The Rams found it the hard way. They went home with L. What did my guy Big Simple does? Put up or It was a hot L too. We served it to the Rams. We're about to serve it to the Bucks next week. Because they about to get a real reality check. Todd Bowles is going to learn the definition of fuck around and find out too. Because I ain't going to lie to you. The Bucks are not nothing. The Bucks are a good team. Without Mike Evans, might not be playing. It's a huge loss for them. Check your Twitter DM. I got you. Fuck around and find out. All right. I got you. They pathetic, every single one of them. They come out and say stuff like Jalen wasn't impressive. Well, then you can't say that about Josh Allen versus Lamar. Because he did the same thing that y'all praise about Lamar doing, that Josh did, that Mahomes did. This was Patrick Mahomes. You be praising him. They were praising Jane Daniels last year for doing against the Bears. Y'all were happy as hell when he threw the Hail Mary. Why aren't you happy as hell that Jalen beat Matthew Stafford? Well, I think he's a better quarterback than the Bears quarterback last year. If this was Jared Goff, you'd be praising him. But okay. All right. I guess. I'm ready to call repeat. Alright, I'm already got my tickets ready for the Broadway. I'm ready to go to St. Clair. I'm probably not going to go there, but I'm gonna go to the parade this year. I might text my buddy, hey, you want to go to the NC Championship game? I don't care if it's early. I know who my quarterback is. And see, a lot of people don't want to say that, but I know who my quarterback is. We will never, ever be a laughingstock alone. Jalen is in our building. That's a fact. When Jalen has a chance to win the game, he will always do everything in his power to win. We don't got to worry about who we play. Because I'll tell you one thing. My quarterback on the other side, I'll tell you one thing. Don't give him back the ball. better drain that clock out. Don't give him back that ball. You will fuck around and find out what he's all about. Who's the next victim? Because so far we have 3 victims so far. The Cowboys are victim 1. The Chiefs were victim 2. Both of them thought it was easy and sweet, and they took an L. The Rams thought it was sweet. They took an L. Who's next? The Bucks? They're about to take an L. The Broncos after that? They about to take an L. Who wants to take an L? Line up. Step right up. We got L's plenty for y'all. We serving L's over here, man. And the only thing we're seeing is W's from the Eagles. We eating W's and y'all eating L's. You want an L-shaped cookie for your performance with Matthew Stafford had 3 good quarters? I guess. 3 half of good football, and what about the 4th when it mattered? Here you go. Here's that beautiful L. Hold it, taste it, sniff it. I don't care what you do. Shove it up your ass. I don't care what you do with it. It's still an L. It's not a W. Just saying. I don't do moral victories. Either you win or you lose. As Jalen would say, either you win or you learn. Either win or you learn. I guess the Rams are going to have to do some soul searching and figure out why they lost that game. Well, we already know why they lost the game. They lost the game because they gave back Timothy the ball with clock remaining because Sean McVay wanted to be too cute and run the scoreboard up because he wanted to prove a point, I guess. And he forgot the remaining goal was to take the Eagles' offense off the field and drain the clock so they couldn't come back. But they wanted to run the ball in for a touchdown. And that Kyron Williams touchdown gave us plenty of time to come back and whoop their asses. And beat them. And gave my quarterback plenty of time to teach Matthew Stafford a thing called L. A loss on his schedule. It gave us plenty of time to show McVay the door to hop a plane with L. You may not pass go. Go straight to jail if it was Monopoly. King me if it was checkers. Or if it was goldfish, it'd be goldfish. Because you'll be doing a lot of gold fishing. If this is Uno, reverse, back to me, pick draw 2, draw 4, draw 6, Uno out. As you're picking up cards still off the deck. I mean, what game do you want me to point out? Come on. The Rams can't beat us. We simply have their number. You got McVay talking about how we just got to find a way to beat them. But you can't. You said that last year. And the day before last year. And every time you lose to the same quarterback, the same team, the same coach, just give up. Silence of the Lambs. That's what we're going to call you. You're not the Rams, you're the Lambs. Lamb chops. That Rams pack is hidden today. New pack in air is a gas of what? That Rams would be living undefeated if you didn't gas them up. Now look at y'all. Packs. We smoking a Rams pack tonight. That Chiefs pack, man, that's over with. Now it's a Rams pack. And it's going to be a Bucks pack. We're going to be smoking Pirates next week, man. That Pirate pack is going to hit well. We're going to be smoking that Pirate pack this week, man. That Pirate pack with that Rams pack and that Chiefs pack and the Cowboys pack, man, that's a 4-for-1. That's a four packs right there. We over there making packs. Four for one. We trying to make new packs today. I'm trying to smoke that Pirates pack, that Bucks pack. That Pirate pack is going to hit well. Because they're just a fancy word for a pirate. The Buccaneers. About to be a pack. Ship them. Seal them. Put them in a little plastic pack and smoke them. They're about to be weed. They're about to be Zaza. They're about to be in a blunt. They're not winning that game. I don't care how much you think Baker Mayfield's that. Jalen's about to show you. Fuck around and find out. Next victim. Room service. Blood comes out that door. You know that meme where the Grim Reaper knocks on every door? Victim number 4 is coming. And it's going to be in Tampa Bay. If it was a game of trouble, they wouldn't make it home. If the game was sorry, or Chutes and Ladders, if it was Chutes and Ladders, they would be all the way back in the back of the slide. If it was sorry, they would be back to square one. I can't wait for the Bucks game, man. I'm tired of losing to Todd Bowles. The last time we beat him, we had A.J. Brown on the field. It was 2023. We're going to beat the Bucks this game. I feel good about this game. I'm feeling good about this game. If we do lose, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be the offense coordinator. It's going to be, we back to Kevin Petula calling plays. But this offense had the identity that we just saw. It better look like that. I'm not taking the Bucks lightly. No, actually I am. I don't think they deserve respect. They have beaten us without A.J. Brown. They have beaten us without Devontae Smith. Let's see what they do when we have our receivers back. I want to see if Todd Bowles is really that guy. When you have to take away A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Because their key is going to be blitzing Jalen Hurts. Go ahead, blitz him. I think Jahan Doxson's about to have a game this week. I think you're going to see a bomb from Jahan Doxson. Because if I know Todd Bowles is going to make an emphasis in stopping A.J. Brown and Devontae. And boxing Saquon. He's going to blitz Jalen Hurts. And this is going to be a Doxson-type game. If I know Todd Bowles, he's going to blitz Jalen Hurts. Or he's going to play that cover 2 bullshit. Cover 3. And trying to double A.J. Brown. And take away Devontae. And dare Jalen Hurts. And it's going to leave Goddard and Doxson to have huge yards. Someone's going to get open in this game. I think it's going to be a Doxson and Goddard game. I think Goddard's going to have a touchdown. I think Doxson's going to have his touchdown. I think John Mechie might have a touchdown. If I'm the Eagles, I might put John Mechie in that game too. I like how we got John Mechie involved. I might go John Mechie in the beginning. Because I think their game plan is going to be simple. We got to take away AJ and Devontae. We can't let them beat us. We can't let Saquon beat us. We're going to make those 3 emphasis of taking away Barkley and stopping AJ and Devontae. I think it's going to be like what we saw in the Cowboys game. They're going to take away AJ and Devontae. But it's up to the offensive coordinator. We're going to see if Patullo is that dude. If we see the same game plan versus the Rams, we're losing that game. I'm going to tell you right now. You have to play really good football in this game. I got to see 4 quarters of good football in this game. Or at least 3 good quarters. You can't be down 27 versus the Bucks. You can't. You can't. Todd Bowles is going to definitely milk that clock. Unlike Sean McVay. So, I think Doxson's going to have a game. And I think the key factor is going to be Jahan Doxson. Doxson's been very quiet. I think this is the game where he goes off. I can see AJ going off. But we'll see. We're definitely going to have the keys of the game because, you know, I'm going to talk about it more. We're 3-0. We have a chance to be 4-0. If we get to 4-0, the Broncos are not nothing. I mean, the Broncos are another good team, but listen, man. It's possible that we can go, I said it again, 15-2. I don't think our L is going to come into the end of the season. By then, we might have the number 1 seed locked up. Just saying. I'm telling you, they ain't good when we're unhealthy. I'm telling you, they ain't good when we're healthy. Exactly. I think you meant when we're healthy. Yeah, and the Bucks are beat up. They're beat up, man. They're beat up. I think if you pressure Baker Mayfield. Now, Bucky Irvin's a good running back. You got to watch out for him. That's a guy that I think they're going to get involved more. You got to stop Bucky Irvin. That guy's a monster. Dude that can catch out the backfield. He's a playmaker, man. They got some playmakers. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think our defense is up for the task. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But I'm excited for this matchup because I'm tired of losing the Bulls, man. And why do we always play them in Tampa Bay? I wish we played them in Philadelphia. I'm tired of playing them in Tampa Bay. We always play them in Tampa Bay. But it is what it is. The Bucks keep beating us with 3 steps drops. Exactly. And Jalen Hurts is going to finally break that curse. Like he did in 2023. He beat him. But I think he beats him. I think he loses when AJ is not on that field. Hopefully AJ is playing. I don't think AJ's hurt. So AJ's playing. And if he plays, we're winning that game. But it is what it is, man. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Hit that like button, subscribe. And like I said, man, feel good to be an Eagles fan. We're 3-0. Yeah, it's not perfect. But guess what? This team is finding ways to win. This team found a way to win. And when you got one under center, you got AJ under as the receiver and Devontae as the receiver. And you got Barkley in the backfield. This team is unstoppable. They're scary, man. If we put 4 quarters of good football together, this team can score. You saw what we did last year where we were able to score 55. This team can be able to score 60. I think they're way better offense than they were last year. I really do. I think they have a way better receiving core than we had last year. I think John Mechie, if you could get him involved, man, with Doxson and AJ and Devontae, it's scary, man. It's going to be scary, scary, scary offense. With Barkley, and you could add sprinkle of Tank Bisbee in the backfield. Come on. And we won without Lane Johnson. Jalen Hurts never won without Lane Johnson. Fred Johnson I thought did a great job. I love the trade that we got Fred Johnson back. Because that was huge. Fred Johnson doesn't get enough love. He played great. A great depth piece to have as your offensive lineman. When a guy like Lane Johnson goes down. The guy that can step up, and he did phenomenal things. He was able to pick it up because I ain't going to lie to you. Who's the guy that was replacing him? Lane Johnson at first. That dude is trash. What's his name, man? Who was the guy's name? Was it Matt Pryor? Get him off my fucking team, man. He's ass. That guy got absolutely abused. I think Fred Johnson should have started immediately. I don't know why Matt Pryor was in the game. He was horrendous. Yeah, I saw that. That was bogus, man. Skeleton, that was bogus. The NFL is becoming more soft with some of their fines, man. But I think they're fine because they just hate us. Roger Goodell hates us, man. What about that fine? Again, it goes both ways, but it is what it is, man. I got to get some sleep because I got to work tomorrow at 12 to 6. Appreciate y'all for coming on as always. Y'all the best, man. Flag is fly, and I'm out.